Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first video of 2025. Can you believe it that we are already here in a new year? I must say, I love the sound of 2025. It just sounds like it's going to be a good year. Before we move into 2025, we're going to take a step back today and talk about my 2024 favorites. This is going to be all of the makeup, skincare, we got one hair care, just some miscellaneous favorites. Everything except for my books. I'm going to do a whole separate video about all the books that I read in 2024 and ranking them from best to worst. So stay tuned for that video. Let's get into today's video. Also, I have this like fireplace video going on my TV. I hope that's not annoying in the background. Sometimes when I play stuff in the background, I don't notice it at all, and then other times it's so annoying. We're gonna start with makeup. I've got 5. My chair is squeaky. I got 5 products. So up first, this is a Milk makeup called Hydro Grip Primer. This is definitely a favorite for me this year. I got this in my Sephora Advent calendar previous year, and just this year I fell in love with it. I think I really perfected my long wear makeup routine, and this is one of the key stars of that. If you want to see that video, let me know. I think I should definitely add that to my list of video ideas for this year. This makeup primer has made such a difference. It really is tacky and just helps foundation and other products stick to my skin. And also all of the makeup products, if you want to see it in action, I did a little get ready with me version for my TikTok. But like I said, it just is so sticky and tacky that it helps my foundation stay on my face. As an oily skin person, sometimes I have issues of like it kind of slipping and sliding off of my face throughout the day, but I can wear this and have my foundation last 12 hours from like day to nighttime. So it really is good. And I also have tried the e.l.f. dupe, and I'm pretty sure that the e.l.f. dupe breaks me out. The last couple of times I use it, I always break out after. So there is some ingredients difference. I'd have to deep dive of like what the difference is and like what is it in the e.l.f. one that breaks me out. But yeah, I still haven't decluttered that one. I just want to do a little bit more testing. The Milk one I think is superior, so I really do like it. Okay, up next we have concealer. This is a NYX Bear With Me concealer serum. And first, I just need to say the one thing I don't like about it before I say what I do like. I really don't like the packaging. It's a pump, which, as you can see, which I find super annoying for a concealer because most packaging are like doe fit applicators, so it's just easy to put on your face and then blend out. But this just takes an extra step of having to put it on a palette or the back of my hand before putting it onto my face, and it's just an extra annoying step in the morning when I'm getting ready. I don't mind if I have a little bit more time, but if I'm already having to do that with my foundation, to do that with my foundation and my concealer is a little annoying. So yeah, I wish it was a doe foot applicator. The actual concealer is so good. I'm in my late 20s now. I think now that I'm 27, it's like officially late 20s, especially because I'm turning 28 this year. So the fine lines are real. They're not something that like kind of sort of is there. I definitely have fine lines underneath my eyes. They're not like super bad or anything, but I find that I'm at the age where concealer really makes a difference. It can either not be too bad or it can really emphasize those under eyes. For me, this concealer does a really good job of just not emphasizing them. You can see it, especially near the end of the day, but it's really not super bad compared to some other concealers that I have that just like settle and crinkle so quickly, especially because it's a creamy formula. Usually creamy formulas are more hydrating, and the one dry spot on my whole entire body, it seems, is my under eyes. I do like something that's a little creamier. So for a creamy concealer, this is pretty good and not being too creasy. It's a perfect level of coverage where I can sheer it out a little bit more or build it up. Because I like to flip-flop in between lighter coverage and heavier coverage foundations, having a buildable concealer is nice because I find there's nothing weirder than wearing a light coverage foundation and a really heavy coverage concealer. So this one kind of worked with me throughout the day. The shade is really good for me. It's like brightening, but not like too white. This is the shade light. So yeah, that's definitely a really good concealer to check out, especially because it's available at the drugstore, so it's affordable. Second drugstore favorite. This is the e.l.f. what are you called? Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour. I've not tried the blush or the highlight versions, so I can't speak about those. I've also never tried the expensive ones. I think this is technically a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury, but I think Tarte also has a similar packaging wise. So I can't speak on how good of a dupe this is. I can just speak on how good this one actually is, and it's really good. I don't mind the packaging. I will say that I do have the Charlotte Tilbury brush and blush. I do have the Charlotte Tilbury blush, and the nice thing about the Charlotte Tilbury ones is that they lock, so you can't get out more product. This one doesn't do that, but I actually haven't had any issues of it seeping or like bursting or getting all over the place. I wouldn't travel with this. Like, I don't think it would do well on a plane, but just for like at home and stuff, it's totally fine. So if you're someone who like brings your makeup with you a lot of different places, maybe skip this. But otherwise, I really do recommend this. I actually do enjoy sponge tip applicator. It's really fun to like dot around the face. And it's also really good at getting a nice nose contour. This is called a contour, but it's really much more of a bronzer shade. I'm wearing it on my face, and I would say that's pretty bronzy. Shade light medium, and it's just a perfect warm bronze for me. And it's pretty good that I can use it both in the summer and the winter. It's not like too deep or too light. It's kind of the perfect in between that I can use it for both seasons. It's really easy to blend out. It's also very lightweight. So it looks good when I'm wearing less makeup, and it also looks good when I'm wearing more makeup. I just apply a little bit more. So this is a really good drugstore liquid contour bronzer, whatever you want to call it. Moving right along, we have now a more expensive product again. These are my two favorite lip liners. They're the same lip liner. It's just two different shades. This is a Huda Beauty, the Lip Contour 2.0, and I have two shades. This is pinky brown and warm brown, and they basically look the same, except for this is just a little bit more warm and brown, and this is more pink. There's a couple of reasons why I really like these lip liners. First, they're so creamy on the lips. They apply really smoothly, which is really nice. Usually by the time I get to lips, if I'm running a little late, I'm kind of just trying to quickly put this on and get out the door. So I don't want something that's like too dry and like is difficult to apply. This, like I said, is really nice and creamy, so it's easy to apply, to blend in. It's not too dry, but even though it's creamy, it's not like super slippy. Like, it doesn't bleed past my lip line. I can easily apply it all over my lips and wear it by itself. Like, I wouldn't need like a lipstick or a lip gloss on top. I also really like the packaging because it's a twist up, so I don't need to sharpen these, which is part of the reason why I use them so much, because some of my other lip liners I have to sharpen. So it just means that sometimes when I want to use a lip liner but I kind of need to sharpen it, I just won't use it, and instead I'll pick up these ones because I can just easily twist it up when I need more. And finally, these two shades are really just good shades for me and my complexion. This pinky brown is really kind of like my lips but better shade, so it kind of works with everything. And then this warm one is just nice when I want a little bit more brown, a little bit more of a deeper lip liner. So for that reason, I reach for these all the time. I love them. And then if you've watched any of my Get Ready With Me videos on TikTok, you know I would often pair it with this lip oil, especially when I'm going to concerts. This is an e.l.f. lip oil in the shade Honey Talks. I'm wearing it right now, and it's a really just good everyday neutral lip. It kind of pairs well with a lot of different stuff, which is why I always reach for it, because I know that'll work with whatever makeup look I'm wearing. It's really nice and hydrating, not too sticky. It has a really nice gloss to the lips. It's very easy to reapply. Got a nice big doe foot applicator, as you can see. My only complaint is that it's very strongly mint scented, and I don't like mint. It just reminds me of toothpaste. I'm not a fan. So e.l.f., if you could get rid of that mint scent, I would love this forever. Let me know in the comments, do you consider lip balms makeup or skincare? Because in my mind, I always think of lip balms more of like a skincare product than like a makeup product. So we're going to use this as my like transition in between my skincare. This is my favorite lip balm of the year. If you remember during Vlogmas, I mentioned that this is probably going to be in my 24 favorites. And here it is. This is Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. And I have the shade Vanilla. I'm almost done. Like, probably in January, if I have to guess, is when I'm going to finish this. I mean, you can see. And it's pretty almost done. I really have to like push it all up to the top to be able to get any out. This is like a really popular product online, and I totally understand why. Very hydrating on the lips, and it lasts a pretty decent long time, because there's nothing worse than lip balms that you have to like constantly reapply because they don't last. This one also has a really nice shine to the lips, so that's why it's kind of good for everyday use, because you can kind of use it on top of a lip liner and make that be your lip, but you can also like apply it by itself and it doesn't look too much like you're wearing a lip gloss or something. I really like the shade Vanilla because it's clear, so it's really good for everyday use. And I like the vanilla scent. It's not like your classic vanilla. It's more of like a vanilla cupcake than like a just vanilla extract vanilla, but it's really nice. I really do like it. I really do like the soft tip that it has. It's very comfortable applying to the lip. I see why it's hype, and I use it all the time. I keep it beside my bed. So whenever I'm like just hanging around in my room, I'm always reapplying it. And because it's right beside my bed, I find that often I kind of like grab it as I'm leaving the house. She's a good one. She's a good one. We're now firmly into skincare, and this should come as no surprise that this is one of my favorites. This is a Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This has made such a difference in my skin. It really just helped my texture so much. I was just like dealing with a lot of like texture here. It's kind of come back. I know the cleanser that was causing it, but yes, it really does help make a difference in the texture of my skin. But it's different compared to some other toners. I've had a lot of like exfoliating toners that are good for acne prone skin. They can be very drying because they're trying to like soak up all of the oil. But this one is actually very creamy. It takes a little bit to like sink in, and I think that for that reason, that's why my skin likes it, because oily skin does need hydration. Part of the reason why it's like so oily is that it's like overcompensating. So it's kind of good to have a product that is both exfoliating and helping with my skin texture, but also isn't making it overly dry or causing any issues or anything like that. I highly recommend checking this out, but be careful because, you know, it is a stronger product with like all the salicylic acid and stuff. So if you got more sensitive or dry skin, you might not like this. If you're acne prone, oily, definitely check this out. This next product I finished, and it's somewhere in my closet because I haven't mentioned it in an empties yet, but I didn't feel like digging for it, so enjoy the picture. This is a Bioroma, their moisturizer, and I forget what the moisturizer is called, but like you'll see the picture on the screen and it'll be linked down below. This is one of their like lightweight moisturizers. I finished it and I can't wait to buy it again. I currently have some other moisturizers that I'm trying to use up. Once I'm done those, I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this because it's just one of the best moisturizers I've used recently. Moisturizers are one of those products where I'm like always trying new products because I just like hadn't found the one that I was just, this is it. And this is it. This is the moisturizer for my skin and all moisturizers. It's lightweight, but still very moisturizing, especially for a daytime moisturizer. I don't want anything too thick or heavy, but I still want something that's gonna like hydrate my skin. And this does it perfectly for me. Sometimes gels can be like a little weird because they just like, they're not moisturizing enough sometimes. But this one is like perfect. It moisturizes, but it's not heavy. And I also find the packaging so cute and convenient. The pink is so cute. The pump works perfectly. It dispenses a perfect amount of moisturizer for me. I don't mind that it's plastic. I don't need fancy glass packaging all of the time. This is cute. It gets the job done. And it's affordable. It's available at the drugstore. Really like this moisturizer. I can't wait to use it again. And I definitely want to check out other stuff by the brand. And finally, this should come as no surprise, but the Mighty Patches are like a forever favorite for me. I just absolutely love them. I also really do like the invisible ones, and I'm currently out. I really need to get some more because I'm a little further away, but if you were to look up close, I got some nasty breakouts going on right now. Like I said, I tried this new cleanser and it's not my friend. These are the best pimple patches I've tried for their price points. Because the PSET ones are also pretty good, but they're way more expensive. And these are still not super cheap. They are available at Shoppers now. The nice thing about Shoppers is that they do sales pretty often. So I just wait until they go on sale and then buy them that way. I've also gotten them through Amazon Prime Days as well. They've been on sale there. These just do such a good job. I know some people don't necessarily like pimple patches, but for me, they just work so well at getting all the gunk out. That way the pimples like kind of heal faster. Also, a really big thing for me is I have a really bad habit of like touching the pimples, not even necessarily like picking or squeezing them, but just like throughout the day, I just like touch them. I'm just like, ugh, like if you got like dirty hands causing like bringing bacteria and stuff like that. So having a pimple patch over top of it just means that I'm not touching it. The invisible ones are great during the day. They're actually pretty invisible. Like I will go run errands with them and stuff. And if I'm just like hanging out with my girlfriend, I will wear my pimple patches, the invisible ones. The regular ones are pretty visible. I only usually wear these at night. I highly recommend, if you haven't checked them out, check out these. And if you want to sponsor me, that would be lovely. Okay, I only have one hair care favorite, which is kind of surprising. I should have picked more because I do have other favorites, but I feel like somewhat recently I did a whole hair care video. I could be wrong. That could have been like months ago. I wanted to mention this guy. I don't think this is available anymore, but I'm sure I can find something similar. For me, it's really the size of the barrel is just made it like my favorite hot tool because it's very similar to the size of my natural curls. So my go-to hair look has been when I kind of just like need a refresh my curls, I will go in and just curl the pieces that are looking a little funky or a little straight, and then a little bit of texturizing hairspray, and that just like revives the look. And that way I'm not putting too much heat on my hair. I'm only putting it in certain places. The curling iron in combination with a texturizing spray just gives me so much like volume. I call it like my sexy undone done hairstyle. It just like makes me feel like me because it's like my natural hair, which is a little bit more perfected and zhuzhed up. So yeah, I think this is an inch. I could be wrong. This is technically like a travel curling iron. That's why it's like so small and mini. And I actually do travel with it, which is really handy. And it's like traveled really well. My only complaint is that it only has one temperature. It's just on and off. So not the best for my hair because I know it's probably more heat than I need on it. But yeah, that's just like my go-to hair product. Moving on to my favorite perfume. I'm not one for really a signature scent, but this is probably the closest I'll ever get to a signature scent, and that's vanilla perfume. I really, really liked Atelier Cologne's was Vanille Incense. I think that's how you pronounce it. But they're not available in Canada anymore. Once I finish, I got this to replace it. This is a Skylar Beauty Vanilla Sky perfume. And I'm almost done, guys. Isn't that impressive? The fact that I'm even this close to finishing a perfume just shows how much I like it because I wear perfumes based on my mood. I'm very much like a mood and season type of person. So yeah, that shows that I really like this perfume, the fact that I'm almost done. And the reason why I think is because I really like to pair this with other perfumes as well. I really like layering perfumes, and the vanilla with other perfumes is just amazing. It kind of helps really bring out sometimes the like sweetness in other perfumes. The replica by the fireplace, it's a very unisex one, so I find that mixing vanilla with it kind of helps bring out the natural vanilla in the perfume. It makes it more feminine. And then I also have an orange perfume that when I mix the vanilla with it, it's kind of like an orange creamsicle. It's just like the best of both worlds. So yeah, I think that's why I go through it so quickly, is that I like to layer this vanilla with other ones. My one complaint is that it's not the most long lasting perfume. I find because I have a couple other Skylar ones and they're a clean perfume brand, which is why I think part of the reason why they don't last as long. It's just so good. It's sweet and warm. I was debating getting another, like trying out a different vanilla perfume, but during Black Friday it was 50% off, so I decided to get another rollerball because also I liked being able to travel with this as well. So yeah, that's my favorite perfume. And then it's funny because my favorite body lotion is also a vanilla. Now, to be fair, I have a lot of expensive body lotion favorites. Body lotions are kind of one of my guilty pleasures. I find that there's just something so luxurious of using a really nice body lotion, and I apply body lotions year round every single time I get out of the shower. But this is one that I go back to over and over again. This is just the Tree Hut Vanilla. Because it's more of an affordable one, I don't feel as guilty using it as often. Sometimes I don't want to use my more expensive ones because I'm like, oh, I don't want to like use it all up and then have to buy the expensive one again. But I don't feel as bad because these are more affordable. They are harder to get in Canada because Tree Hut just started selling in Canada, and I think only their scrubs. And besides the scent, I really do like the texture of it. It's on the thicker side, but it's not too thick where it's like really hard to blend in. I don't like super duper thick ones that take forever to blend in. This is kind of just the perfect amount of thick and moisturizing, but absorbs quickly into the skin. And this is very much like a vanilla cupcake type of sweet. Definitely not for everyone. I find that this is like the perfect level of it smells good and it like kind of sort of lingers on your skin, but isn't overpowering. That's the thing about like some of the Sol de Janeiro ones, is that they really do linger on the skin. So if you're going to use one of the body lotions, like that's your scent. But the nice thing about vanilla is I find that vanilla is a very simple scent, so it pairs nicely with some of my other perfumes. And then my final beauty product is my nails. This was a year of press-on nails for me. I think I experimented with them before, but I found a pair of Glamnetic nails at Winners. The Glamnetic brand has just like really converted me. I think it's a combination of their glue, but also their nail like shape just works really well with my nails. Some of them can last me up to like 2-3 weeks. I'll sometimes have one or two pop off and then I'll just glue them back on. But really, the Glamnetic glue helps make them last usually 2 to 3 weeks. And I just love the Glamnetic designs. They've got really fun ones, but also more simple and understated ones, like these ones. They're like nude and pink and gold. They're so pretty. Lucky that I was able to have a pack I haven't used yet to show you guys what they look like. And this specific length, this is their short almond, is a really good length for me. I do have pretty decently long nail beds, but I really don't like very, very long nails. So the short almond are almost like, I would say, just a little bit longer than my natural nails. So it's definitely a little bit longer and annoying to wear, but not like so long and annoying that I'm just like, get these off of me. Usually after 2 weeks, I need a break and I'll wear my nails more natural length. But yeah, the Glamnetic ones, they just last really well. They have really cool, fun patterns. And like I said, I find them at Winners. So I never pay full price. These, as you can see, $12.99. And you can also find non-Glamnetic ones for even cheaper. Like I've gotten some for like $7 or something like that. So they just look really good. Everyone thinks that they're like real gel or acrylic or something. And I'm like, yep, I got them for way cheaper than getting them done at the salon. And they last me pretty good time. Like if you think about it, if you get two $13 packs, wear them for like 1 month, that's still cheaper than going to get your nails done and going like once a month. So those have been my favorite nails this year. So that is all of my favorite makeup, hair care, skincare, just all of my beauty favorites really this year. I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff, but you know, that's what monthly favorites are for. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite products were in 2024. I'd love to hear that. Maybe if I have them in my collection, it will inspire me to use them more. Please like this video if you enjoy makeup videos, if you want to see me do more makeup content in 2025, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. That is it for today's video, friends, and I'll see you in another one super soon. Bye!